the way he engaged people, the way he loved humanity. And I think that's where we all fell in love with Buck O'Neil. We fell in love with Buck O'Neil. We never saw him play. We fell in love with the man who told us about these heroes of the Negro Leagues.
Buck, being a storyteller, he could tell both stories as good as anybody. And he always used to say he only heard, 3 times did he ever hear this certain crack of the bat. He said there's a certain sound that it makes. He said it was Josh Gibson, and he heard the ball go off of Babe Ruth's bat.
I don't hear that sound again. I hear that sound again. I'm in Kansas City. I open the door to go down, and I hear that sound again. Oh, man, I rushed down on the field. Here's another pretty black sucker swinging the bat. Bo Jackson. Oh. Bo Jackson. I made my living in baseball now 70 years, and I'm still going to the ballpark. I want to hear that sound again. Yeah, I want to hear it again.
Though Buck wasn't born here, so we sort of share him in that sense, but he came here as a ball player, and once he was here, he lived the rest of his life here. And so he really became a Kansas Citian and a part of the fabric in the community here long before he became sort of a celebrity on the national scene. Now, Buck wasn't the greatest player in the Negro Leagues. He was a very good player. But he lived through a lot of the Negro Leagues, and he was around to the integration of baseball when he had a blessing of longevity, and that was also a blessing for the history of the Negro Leagues, because at a time when that story might have sort of faded away, and there was a rekindling of interest in it, and Buck happened to be one of the gentlemen that was alive to tell the story.
And then October of 2006, he died, and the news quickly spread. They knew that it was going to be a big celebration of his life, and I mean within 24 hours I was getting inquiries, how are the Royals going to honor Buck O'Neil? We knew we wanted to do something with Buck's seat, which officially became the Buck O'Neil Legacy seat. And the idea behind that was put somebody in that seat every night, most of them who have no name recognition or face recognition around town otherwise, who've done great things in the community, who carry on the spirit of Buck O'Neil.
Everywhere I go, no matter what circles there may be, someone has a Buck O'Neil story that they want to share. And for me, I welcome that, because I think in some ways it keeps him alive. It's been 8 years since Buck O'Neil passed away, but it doesn't seem that way. It doesn't feel that way.